Hello, everybody. 同学们好. This is Young Family Tai Chi traditional long form, and we are in section 1. We're just starting. So today's move is going to be right order. But first, we're going to do a little bit of warm up and review. Okay? So let's do a little warm up first. Okay, we're going to go from head to toe. Okay, so on your head, from your head, let's go forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. And then I want you to look side to side. So go one side and then the other side. One side and then the other side. One side and then the other side. Then shoulders, forward, up and back, down, forward, up, back and down, forward, up, back and down. And then reverse, back, up, forward and down, back, up, forward and down, back, up, forward and down. Now I'd like you to loosen up your middle body. And the way I want you to do this is to stabilize your hips so you aren't moving your hips. And the way you do that is you turn your toes in a little bit and bend your knees a little. And your hips will not move when you move your upper body. Okay, so have your hands out and go from one side to the other. Just loosely moving your middle body. And you'll see that your hips are not moving, but from your waist up through your shoulders, you are moving. And the reason we're doing that is we want to isolate your middle body from your lower body. Okay? And the reason is that when you form the base with your legs, you should be able to have your energy come up from your legs, and you should be able to move your middle body to direct that energy while keeping your legs firmly planted on the ground. Okay? If you don't, usually people have their feet, straight in front. And what they do is when they do this, their hips go with them. You see that? Whereas if you move your feet in and bend a little, you stabilize your hips. And so your hips won't go with you when you're moving your upper body. Okay? Otherwise, don't do that. You should have your feet with your with your toes facing forward. You should not be pigeon-toed. Next, I would like you to work on your legs and hips. So we're going to turn one foot to the corner, and then I want you to put your toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel. Other side to the corner, then toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel. Go back to the first side, whichever side you started on. And we're going to do big toe, little toe. So you're going to do big toe, little toe, big toe, little toe. And this is a hip exercise. Big toe, little toe. Other side. Big toe, little toe. Big toe, little toe. Big toe, little toe. Now, if you don't feel very stable, try your best on this next one. Hold on to something, but eventually I would like you to learn to hold on to something and do knee circles. So you have one foot pointed to the corner, and then you make knee circles with the other leg. And this is a bigger hip exercise. Okay. And for the sake of symmetry, we're going to do the other side. Hold on. And circle. And the reason I want you to do this is for your bow stance. So just to do a quick review, when you have your bow stance, you have one foot 45 degrees. You have your other foot shoulders width apart and straight forward. And the reason I need you to do these hip exercises is so that you can open up your hips so that the front knee is over the front, is in the direction of the front toe, while the back knee is in the direction of the back toe. So this is to avoid collapsing your knee. Okay, don't do that. Okay, so when you are, for example, if you are here and you move one foot to the corner and you put all your weight on there and you move the other foot forward, you push off the back and receive the energy in the front, making sure your knees are positioned correctly. Okay? So let's do a little bit of standing, just 2 minutes, okay? So I want you to have your feet shoulders width apart. Remember, the cheater way of doing it is put your heels together, 90 degrees, move on the balls of your feet. That puts you shoulders width apart. Okay? Then I want you to raise your head, and everything from the neck down sinks. And you bend your knees slightly, and you drop your tailbone so that you straighten out your spine. Then hands come up, make this circle shape. Okay? And we'll start the timer. So as you're doing this, think of the various parts of your body. Are they aligned? This is really an alignment exercise. And it is a relaxing exercise. In other words, you want to have no tension, but connectedness between all your joints and fascia. So think about positioning and connectedness. So you should feel the energy coming from your spine out your fingertips. So we have just hit 1 minute. 1 more minute to go. The other thing I want you to make sure of is that your entire foot is on the ground. Make sure that You are not either more on your ball or more on your heel or more on the inside or more on the outside. You should feel like everything is on the ground. The other thing to check on is that your tailbone is down. Not that you are pulling in your abdominal muscles. No, you want just to relax your tailbone down. You want to breathe easily, in and out, abdominal breathing. And your 2 minutes is up. There you go. So, one of the reasons why I want you to do standing practice, well, there are 3 reasons why I want you to do standing practice. One is I want you to remind yourself of the proper structure. 2, I want you to relax and to breathe evenly. And I want you to make sure that you, well, I guess it's the 3 are structure, relax, and breathing. So one of the ways to check if your structure is good is if you can breathe easily. Very often, if your structure is not good, you will not be able to breathe very well. So that's one of the checks. Okay? The other reason I want you to do this is the very first thing you do in the form is a kind of standing practice, and that is prepare. When you're in prepare, what you are actually doing is standing practice without having your hands up. It's standing practice with your hands by your side. So you are lining up your structure and you're getting ready to move. In other words, if your bones and tendons and everything aren't connected, you will not be able to move properly. So think about prepare as a kind of standing. Okay? So let's do what we have learned so far. I'm going to turn around and go in the same direction as you, and then we'll review the last move. Okay? So we're here. We're shoulders width apart. Head up, tailbone down, bend your knees slightly, hands on the seams of your pants. Okay? Prepare. Opening. Rotate your arms so the palms are facing back. Raise them up to shoulder level and then press down. Palms parallel to the floor, almost to the bottom. And your hands should be in front of your thighs. Grasp the bird's tail, ward off left. Shift left. Turn the right toe to the corner. Put all your weight on the right as the right hand comes up and the left hand goes down. Step and close. Shift weight. Turn and separate hands. So I'm going to do it facing you. Okay. So we're here. We're here. Prepare. Opening. Rotate so the palms face the back. Come up. Shoulder level. Press down with your palms. almost to the bottom. Grasp the bird's tail, ward off left. Shift your weight left to release the right. Turn the right foot to the corner. All the weight goes to the right as the right hand goes up and the left hand goes down. Step and close. Shift weight. Turn. And separate hands. So I'll do it one more time from this direction. You're prepare. Opening. Grasp the bird's tail, ward off left. Shift left. Turn right. All the weight on the right. Right hand up, left hand down. Step and close. Shift weight, turn. And you notice that my torso is straight up and down. Okay. I'll do it the other side. There we go. Prepare. Opening. Hands come up to shoulder level. Press down. Almost to the bottom. Grasp the bird's tail, ward off left. Shift left. Turn right. All the weight is on the right. Right hand up, left hand down. Step and close. Shift weight and turn. So a little detail on the hands, which is that when you come here and you have one hand up, one hand down, step and close. When you shift weight, there are two things I want you to pay attention to. One is, if you look at my left hand, it is not like this. It is like this. Because I want the contact point to be here and not here. Okay, so by changing the angle of my hand, I change the contact point. So when I am here, my hand is like tilted a little bit that way. And this hand, when I'm coming here, so I step and close. When I pass the hands across each other, and I'm coming like this part of my hand, which is called the tiger's mouth, crosses the middle of my forearm of the other hand. So if I'm doing it facing you, it's like this. One up, one down. Step and close. And then the right tiger mouth passes the middle of the left forearm. Okay? Any questions?
No, it's good.
Okay. So the next move is right ward off. That was left ward off. And you would think that right ward off would be the mirror image of left ward off, but it's not.
Of course.
And the reason is that left ward off presumes a different position of your opponent than right ward off. Right ward off presumes that your opponent is directly in front of you. When I'm doing left ward off, when I'm here and I'm doing left ward off, my opponent is here. When I'm doing right ward off, my opponent is going to be here. So my hand positions are going to be different because my opponent is in a different spot. Okay. So let me show you the footwork first for right ward off from left ward off. So I'm going to do it in the same direction as you to begin with. Okay. So remember we started here, we turned, and then we step forward and we have a bow stance standing straight up. When we go into a right ward off, it's when we had our hand come up, okay, our opponent is here now. So we're going to turn to face them. So how are we going to do that? We're going to release the front foot by shifting our weight slightly back. Then we're going to turn this toe to the corner. So now your feet are parallel. And then you're going to put all your weight on the left, pull in slightly, and step to a bow stance in that direction. Remember that when you're doing bow stance from one bow stance to another, the first one, we were starting from prepare. So our feet were parallel. So when we turned our foot, this foot could just go straight forward. But once we've gone forward, our feet are now further apart. So the next one, I am pulling in slightly in order to stabilize and then step out. Okay, so unless your feet are shoulders width apart or less, when you step out on the bow stance, you're going to basically pass through. In other words, you're going to come through and then step out. And that basically allows you to stabilize yourself on one foot so that you can step out. Okay? So the footwork, I'm going to do it in all directions. Okay? I'm going to do it facing you. Okay? So when we did left ward off, we shifted here, turned, all the weight on the right, and then shifted forward, then 60% on the front, 40% on the back. When I go into right ward off, I'm going to shift my weight back to release this foot so that I can turn it. Then I'm going to be parallel in the corner direction. Then I'm going to put all my weight on the left to release the right. I'm going to pull in slightly, step forward, and 60% in the front, 40 in the back. Okay? So I'll do it in another direction. Let's say I was here. When I do left ward off, I turn here, put all the weight on the right, and then step forward. 60% in the front, 40% in the back. Then when I go to the right ward off, I'm going to move my weight to the right to release the left so that I can pivot on the heel and make this parallel stance to the corner. Then I'm going to put all my weight on the left, release the right, step forward, heel, ball, toe, 60% on the front, 40% on the back. Okay, and how do I get the weight 60-40? I push off the back and then essentially push back from the front. So from this side, it'll look like this. I'm going to shift weight slightly. This is for left ward off. Turn to the corner, shift all the weight on the right, pick up the left, and step straight forward. Heel, ball, toe, bend, knee. Then when I go to right ward off, I'm going to shift back to release this foot enough so that it can pivot on the heel so that I'm parallel. Then I'm going to shift all the way to the right. I'm going to pick up and step out. Heel, ball, toe, bend, knee. And notice it's clear from here. When I'm here, I shift all the weight here. I step forward. When I turn to right ward off, I'm going to shift here, both feet parallel, shift all the way to the left, pull in and step out. But notice I am leaning forward. Okay, when I did left ward off, I was upright. But now I'm leaning forward. There are only 3 stances in the form where you are not leaning forward on a bow stance. And you just did one of them, which is left ward off. The other 2 are more like each other. Single whip and fan through the back. Okay. So are there any questions on the footwork? No? Okay. Hands. When I am at the end of left ward off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift right, turn my foot. Then when I shift my weight to the left, I'm going to pull left and ward off down right. So it's easier to see from this angle. When I'm here, okay, I've turned my foot. When I turn my foot, my hands just move with my body, okay? The hands basically have not moved. When I shift my weight to the left, I'm going to pull with the left and ward off down with the right. Okay. Then I'm going to step and close. So I'm going to pull in slightly and step and close. So this is like a mirror image of the left ward off. Then as I move forward, this passes across the middle of the right forearm, and it's about a 1/5 length apart below the right. Okay. So I'll show you again from the side. So if I am at left ward off, what I'm going to do is I turn, pull left, ward off down right. Then I'm going to step and close. As I shift my weight forward, my hands pass each other. So in my final position, okay, this hand has passed the middle of the other forearm, and my right elbow lines up with my right knee. Okay. And your knee should be in the same direction as your toe, right? So you are not here, you are here. So let me do it one more time from this direction because I think you see better from this direction. Okay, so if I am at the end of left ward up, I'll do it this way because then it's easier for you to look, I think. Though I'm not sure you see as well. Well, I'll do it once this way and then we'll see how it goes. Okay, so if I shift right, turn the left toe to the corner, then I'm going to pull left and ward off down right. As all my weight goes to the left, I'm going to pull in, step and close, shift weight, and separate. So I don't think you see that well on that one.
No.
Okay, let's go back to this way. Okay, so when you are at the end of left ward off, okay, you're going to shift your weight to the right to release the left. So what you're going to do is you're going to pivot on the left to the corner. Your feet are now parallel. Your hands have not moved. Okay, then you're going to shift all your weight to the left. And as you do so, you're going to pull left, ward off down right. Then you're going to release the right foot, step and close, shift weight and separate. And check your alignment. Okay, elbow, knee, and toe, all in a line. And you are leaning slightly forward. Okay. So if I'm doing it from here, let's say I did left ward off. Then I'm going to shift right to release the left, turn that toe, pull left ward off down right, pull in, step and close, shift weight, and pass palm. And I am leaning forward. You see that? Are there any questions?
Rita?
Yeah.
Okay. I know Rosie's going to ask me this one when I see her Monday. Ward off.
Yes.
We have ward off right where we're on right.
Yes.
And then we come down and we pull up and our hands going down, right arm's going down as a ward off.
Yes.
Yes.
What is a ward off actually?
Ward off is the defining of your space. Okay. When you're doing this, it's a kind of ward off. When you're doing this, this is ward off. What you're saying is, stay out of my space. This is my space. Okay. This is the energy point for ward off. This. When you do ward off left, actually, it's a combination of two things. You're doing ward off left and pull right. So this part is not ward off. This is ward off.
Yeah.
Okay. So when I say on the ward off right, okay, let's say you're here and I say pull here and ward off down.
Right.
This is as if you were blocking someone from kicking you. Okay. So ward off is a defensive move, positioning so that somebody does not invade your space. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So some people think of there being only two kinds of moves in Tai Chi. There's ward off and there's push or strike, So you're either protecting yourself or you're striking in the most basic sense. Okay, so when you do your pull for the right ward off, so when I'm here, okay, I turn. When I am pulling beyond the plane of my shoulder. I don't want you to do a skimpy pull. Pull, okay? So you have space in your armpit, you're pulling, okay? And then here, you're pulling on one hand and guarding with the other hand.
Okay.
So this is similar to left ward off. Remember when you were doing left ward off and you had this position?
Yeah.
It looks like that, right?
Yeah.
Except it's on the other side. Okay, so if you think of it that way, sometimes it's easier to position your hands. Okay, so which way is easiest for you to see in terms of the direction?
When your back is to us.
Okay, as long as you know how the hands go,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Okay, when my back is to you, okay, this is where I would be when I start. Okay, and this is where I would be at the end of left ward off. When I go into right ward off, shift, turn the left foot, hands have not moved, pull left, ward off down right, all the weight goes in the left, step and close, shift weight, and separate. Remember to keep your elbow, knee, and toe aligned. Okay, and here you're one fist down from the middle of your right forearm. Okay, let's try that again.
All right.
So we're here. And when we do left ward off, we're here. When we go into right ward off, we shift slightly to the right, pivot on the heel of the left foot, pull left, ward off down right, step and close, ward off right. And here you are looking that way. Your opponent is right in front of you. Okay. How's that going? Any
Good.
questions?
Can we start from the very beginning?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to do it with my back toward you. So
Okay.
it's going to be in the same direction you're going. Okay. You want your feet shoulders width apart. Okay. Head up, tailbone down, bend your knee slightly, hands on the seams of your pants. Prepare. Opening. Rotate your arms so the palms face back. Come up to shoulder level and press down. Palms parallel to the floor, almost to the bottom. Grasp the bird's tail, ward off left. Shift left. Turn the right toe to the corner. Shift all your weight to the right. Step and close. Shift weight and separate. Ward off right. Shift right. Turn the left toe to the corner. Pull left, ward off down as your weight goes to the left. Pull in, step and close. shift, weight, separate. How did that feel?
Good. Can you show us from the front now? Because I want to look at your arms.
Okay, so from the beginning, hands by your sides, head up, tailbone down, bend your knees slightly. Opening, rotate, raise to shoulder level, press down, almost to the bottom. Grasp the bird's tail, ward off left, shift left, pivot right, all the weight on the right, step and close, shift, weight, separate, ward off right, shift right, turn the left toe to the corner, pull left ward off down right as your weight goes completely to the left, pull in, step and close, shift, weight, and separate.
Okay.
So let's do that a couple of times, okay?
Yes.
I'll alternate. First one way and then 180 degrees, okay? So back to the way you were facing. All right. Hands by your side, head up, tailbone down, bend your knees slightly. Let's prepare. Opening, rotate your arms. Come up to shoulder level. Press down, almost to the bottom. Grasp the bird's tail, ward off left. Shift left, turn right, all the weight on the right. Step and close, shift, weight, separate arms. Right ward off, shift right, turn the left toe to the corner. Pull left ward off down right as you shift your weight to the left. Pull in, step and close, shift, weight, separate. And facing you, we're here. Head up, tailbone down, hands by your sides, bend your knees slightly. Prepare. Opening, rotate your arms. Hands come up to shoulder level. Press down, almost to the bottom. Grasp the bird's tail, ward off left. Shift left, turn right, all the weight on the right. Step and close, shift, weight, and separate. Ward off right, shift right, turn the left toe to the corner. Shift weight to the left as you pull left, ward off down right. Step and close, shift, weight, and separate. Make sure your alignment is good. You're leaning forward, elbow, knee, and toe aligned. How did that feel?
Okay.
Okay, let's practice that a few more times. And
Yes.
I'm going to do it. If you feel comfortable with the hand positions, I'm going to do it like 3 times with my back toward you.
Okay.
Because it will be in the direction you're doing it. Okay? So here we go. Feet shoulders width apart, head up, tailbone down, knees bent, hands by your side, prepare. Opening, rotate your arms, come up to shoulder level, press down, almost to the bottom. Grasp the bird's tail, ward off left, shift left, turn right, all the weight on the right, step and close, shift weight and separate. Ward off right, shift right, turn the left toe to the corner, move all the way to the left, pull left, ward off down right, step and close, shift weight and separate. And again. Prepare. Head up, tailbone down, hands by your sides, knees slightly bent. Opening. Rotate your arms. Come up to shoulder level. Press down, almost to the bottom. Grasp the bird's tail, ward off left. Shift left, turn right, all the weight on the right. Step and close. Shift and separate. Ward off right. Shift right. Turn the left toe to the corner. Shift weight left. Pull left, ward off down right. Pull in. Step and close. Shift weight and separate. So just to clarify, when I call grasp the bird's tail, there are some listings of the form where they just call the first move grasp the bird's tail. Grasp the bird's tail is actually ward off press, roll back and push. That's all grasp the bird's tail.
Okay.
So, that's why you have this confusion in listing. Some say, oh, it's 103 moves. Some say 85 moves. There is a whole bunch of different numbering, and it has to do with what you call what. So grasp the bird's tail is the signature move of the Yang family form. And it shows the first four energies. So ward off, press, ward off, roll back, press, and push are the first four energies. And we happen to do it ward off left and right. In, for example, other forms like the senior form, they only do ward off right. So that's the grasp the bird's tail for that form, but it does have all four pieces. Okay. And are there any questions on how this? Yes, Chrissy.
Can you show me when you're doing ward off right and you're stepping out, you close your arms. Can you show me where that arm position is? Because yours looks like it's closer together.
Yeah.
So if I am here,
Okay.
so my hands are closer together because my opponent is right in front of me.
But
In this case, they're over there, so that's why my hands are further apart.
But you're coming together when you do your first step. You're not this far apart. You're about this far apart before you move.
So when I'm here, okay, so
Yeah.
I'm pulling. Then when I come together, it's actually the same.
Oh, okay. All right.
So if I move this way, you'll see it's the same.
Oh, okay.
It's just that you're seeing me from an angle
Got it.
and it looks closer, or So let's do it a couple more times and then we'll close
Yes.
class, okay?
Okay.
So I'm here. Prepare, head up, tailbone down, hands by your sides, knees slightly bent. Opening, rotate your arms. Come up to shoulder level and then press down almost to the bottom. Grasp the bird's tail, ward off left. Shift left. Turn right. All the weight on the right. Step and close. Turn and shift weight. Ward off right. Shift weight to the right. Turn the toe to the corner. Shift all the way to the left as you pull left ward off down right. Step and close. Shift weight and separate. Okay. Prepare. Head up, tailbone
Go away,
down,
go away.
hands by your side.
Go away.
What?
I was talking to my dog.
Oh. Okay. So, opening. Rotate your arms. Come up to shoulder level. Press down almost to the bottom. Grasp the bird's tail. Ward off left. Shift left. Turn right. All the weight on the right. Step and close. Shift weight and turn. Ward off right. Shift right. Turn the left toe to the corner. Pull left ward off down right as the weight goes on the left. Step and close. Shift weight and separate.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
Practice. And I'll see you next week. Thank you very much for coming to class. 同学们再见. I'll see you next week. Thank you.
Thank you.
Rosie, thank you, Rita.
Oh, you're welcome.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Just a review for you, Laura.
I had dropped off a part of it, so